Joining me is Ahuva Maizel. Her 21-year-old daughter, 80, attended the festival. She is now missing. She last heard from 80 by phone on Saturday morning, where shots could be heard in the background. And Ahuva is with us. Ahuva, I'm just so sorry for what you and your family are going through. I know you last talked to your daughter on Saturday morning. Has there been any contact, any information about her since?
Nothing until now. We don't know anything about my daughter, if she's alive, if she's dead, if she's hurt. We don't know if she's in Israel, if she's in Gaza. There is nothing we can know because Israel is a war zone currently, and it's very difficult to understand what's going on. We know that there are still bodies in the field, and the most challenging thing to do these days is to realize that you don't have the right to know where is your daughter and what status is she, while she was having fun in a nature party in Israel, her own country, not an enemy country, not anywhere abroad, in our own country. And me as a mother, I'm maybe 80, 70 kilometers away from her. And I don't know anything about what happened to her or what's happening to her or where she is or how is she treated. And the things that we see on the net are so horrifying that I think no human heart or brain can contain these actions and the lack of respect to human life. It's really bring out many profound insights, and not only for me, because like me, there are at least, I think, 100 families just like me. And no matter what even if I know that she's in Israel, she's probably dead. And if she's in Gaza, well, I've seen what they can do. This is making me so, I cannot describe you how I feel. I just can't describe in words. I said in previous interview that I'm almost ashamed to be called a human being if other human beings can do such things to their own kind. I'm sorry, but no. I always believed in peace. I believe that there is no really evil person, that it cannot be as something that you born with or in your genes, or I don't know, but we share the same genes, us and them, So how is it, I don't know how to say it, but how is it possible that they do such thing to people who are so helpless? They came to this party and they knew there are thousands of young people who came to a party to dance and to have fun, and they don't carry weapon. They didn't have any way to defend themselves. And those people from Hamas who sit in interviews and say that they don't know anything about hurting civilians and all of their innocent charade, it's about time the world will know. And I'll tell you something, Jose, this is the first time that I realized this too. I was really hoping, I always talked about this, that they just want peace. But I don't know if it's possible to make peace with these animals. I just don't know, because My daughter did nothing to them, you know.
Nothing,
She was an
nothing, nothing.
innocent, wonderful, beautiful girl, and also a friend, and all of these people that, you know, they came to this party, and those terrorists that came there, and they knew these are really defenseless people. They knew it. So really, it brings up bad memories of humanity. I don't want to say this word, but it sounds very, very difficult. You know, when you see these people in cages, well, what makes you think that your life worth more than ours? Which God has told you that you have to do these crimes against humankind to gain something for your own good? Tell me, who is it? Who is this God? Which religion is telling you to do those amazing, you know, this is violation of basic human rights? I don't know how to say it anymore. Please, if anyone can hear me, if my daughter hears me, Adi, my Adi, I'm begging you, please be strong and know that we are looking, and we will not stop until we will find you, no matter what, how, no matter how. I just want my daughter back.